where are we at with that current relationship with China? What does it look like going into the future? Are we weaker than we were in that relationship than, say, 3 months ago?
Well, I think so. I think, obviously we need China more now than we needed them before because we're borrowing more money now. China is our biggest lender. And China also is our biggest supplier, including pharmaceuticals, including the things that we need for COVID-19. That stuff is made in China. So America depends on China. It's not the other way around. China doesn't need our market, especially since they have to vendor finance us. We don't actually pay for what the Chinese are sending us. They have to lend us the money. The Chinese need better customers that actually produce stuff that they can consume. So they don't have to lend them the money to buy their stuff. They can just trade. They can export and import and have a balanced trade, which they do with other nations. It's just the United States where they're running the huge surplus. And they don't need $3 trillion of foreign exchange reserves, the majority being in US dollars. They should not be accumulating those reserves like that. So I think for all the rhetoric, we're trying to turn up the heat on China. I think it's going to backfire. I've always felt that way, that we're really biting the hand that feeds us, and maybe we're scaring China into doing what they should have done on their own a long time ago. But it's not just China, it's the entire world that really needs to jettison the US dollar. We have screwed up the global economy by exploiting the dollar's role as the reserve currency. We never should have been given that privilege. And we've abused it to the detriment of the entire global economy. And I think, the United States certainly in the short run derives a tremendous benefit at the expense of everybody else because we can live beyond our means. We can consume more than we produce, and we can borrow more than we save. But that's only possible because the rest of the world is doing the opposite. They're producing more than they consume, and they're saving more than they borrow. And the difference is being used to artificially prop up the standard of living of Americans. But those resources could have otherwise been used to support the standard of living of non-Americans. And I think that's where we are headed. That's the future. And that's why I'm encouraging my clients to invest abroad, not just to own gold and gold stocks, but to have foreign stocks, foreign assets that earn income and pay dividends in foreign currencies, because that is how this transfer is going to be delivered to society. It's going to be in a realignment of exchange rates. The dollar is going to go down while other currencies go up. And as things become less affordable to Americans, they will become more affordable to other people. And so you want to own the assets that are going to be gaining the purchasing power that US dollar denominated assets lose.